Hey everybody, how's it? What's going on? Ooh, I thought I'd get ahead of this because I usually wait a few days to let everybody jump on it, but I figured I was here. I was cruising through my YouTube and on the browser. Guess what? A new Sleep Token song came out. Of course, everybody had a little heads up that tracks were going to be dropped, but I guess there were two today. I don't know. But the one that I'm doing today is called Look to Windward. So, yeah, I've been enjoying my journey here with the Sleep Token experience here. So I don't know what to expect here. I didn't get a heads up on lyrics. People haven't been telling me anything about it. So I'm really coming at this really cold. So let's just start with it right now. And then I'll just talk bubbles as we go through, like I do. All right, guys, this is a Sleep Token Look to Windward. All right.
Just as my form starts to fashion, losing this war of attrition, just as I drift away, will you hold this eclipse?
That intentional release of that particular chord right there.
Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Eclipse in me, with the shadows longer to me.
The intimate storytelling with like a taffy pull in these chord changes. Right there with that release.
Eclipse in me. Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me?
They're really going big and liminal on the ambient experience and the ethereal experience. Kind of a pseudo harp pizzicato thing going on with that pattern. Bop, 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 bop. Something should happen right about.
Now I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, coughing up blood in the twilight. Everything looks the same.
It went from an intimate storytelling, now they're spreading it out a bit. It's coming. Oh shit, a little jump scare. It pulled me right in. That was a really gnarly scream hold right there. I love how they're just letting us rinse in this moment right here. No lead work, no melody. Just let this power down right into your chest.
I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. You pray for sound and I pray for silence. Damn right, faith as I can't deny. You'll find me with
trap, low bass, little pad sustain in the top. So simple but so powerful.
So give me the edge of a blade and a time and a place, and I'll leave them cold and pushing up borders. Walking with God.
Ooh, that probably had something to do with the blade line.
Until there's fire at the gates, until I fall to the floor. You know I'll live by the feather and die by the sword. And I will sunder the earth, only to burn the reward. Even in this garden of gardens, I am the god of the gaps. I am the demon.
You notice the melody has really stayed in a very tight pocket. Melodically, letting the instrumentation speak for everything. Oh, I love where they go from the ambient reverb now to like a large studio reverb on that upright piano vibe. Nice voicings on the piano. It's going to pull you in. Very, very gentle. Oh, the drummer. That little China splash, he hit it twice. I love this. They're making the ends meet. Sounds like it's the same opening pattern. Should be a nice resolve coming, like a subtle, like maybe. 2 for 2, caught me off guard. Jeez. Jeez. How could they have dropped any lower than the guitar was tuned or something? I don't know if there was a bend going on there, but it was like full on, like beetle fart, drop something going on there. The 8-bar pattern that the sequence was opened with when the lead singer comes in, I thought it was really well voiced in the sense that when you listen to it as a piece of music in a cinematic kind of way, theater of the mind, just let the music do what it's going to do, it takes you on this journey where you're in kind of this mystic, like purgatory vibe, kind of brings you through it where you don't know where you're going to slightly come up for air, like your nose is almost above water and they bring you back down a little bit, and then kind of gives you a little bit of a lift by resolving those first 3 chord patterns or chords into something that's a major chord. It makes you feel uplifted. It makes you feel like you're getting a chance at something, and then it brings you right back down. But then it almost seems like it was a 5-measure turnaround at the end before they reintroduced that lift. What I was saying earlier about the lead singer's pocket in the melody he was singing in is that it was always in a it was always right about here until those big screams came. So there wasn't really bold bursts of melodic voicing, if you would, like an interval, like a giant interval. Yes, there were some great background vocals. Yes, there were some, higher than that little zone that was going through the verses to kind of flush up, let's just say, the hook. But in general, stayed in a really killer pocket until he came in with that visceral scream. I mean, I've only heard maybe half a dozen Sleep Token tracks, so I've never really heard of that. Something else I noticed in there was at the beginning, before the first pounce, if you would, of the guitars coming in, seemed like there was a little bit of a string arpeggiation in there. I don't think it was real, but I think the essence was to put it in there, kind of give you a little bit of an anxiety of some kind of a build, which I didn't catch on to because I had a jump scare, I think, a little bit when the guitars really came in because it had pulled me in. So, and that's what Sleep Token does the best, is that they keep on giving you these opportunities to glide and glance and kind of, swim with everything. And then they hit you with that ball-busting, sound with the dark guitars and the drummer. I almost felt like this track could have gone without that. I'm not saying that as being a critic of it, but in the sense that the track already had me pulled in. But that's part of their dynamics as far as pulling you in and out of a ride of emotions. A lot of times you could do that even without lyrics and stuff. And these are those kind of tracks. These are the kind of tracks that even without the lead singer's voice in there and the lyrics and stuff, if you were just to close your eyes and let it take you for the journey, it would still pull that emotion out there. Because a lot of times too, you got to listen to a song 2 or 3 times before you get the lyrics in, unless you're reading it while you're listening to it. But I did kind of feel that the drummer was like, hey, wait a minute, what about a part for me? And then, let's bring it back down. And that little section where the piano came in, that's something else that they did really great, is at the very beginning, the first maybe 32 bars or stuff was very close and intimate. The pattern was nice, had a nice stereo imaging, the little arpeggiated little thingy they were doing, but the voice was quiet, it was right in the middle, almost, if anything, zero post effects as far as an early reflection or some kind of reverb or something. And then it starts to grow, and then the ethereal pads start to expand, and it starts to blow up and go through it. And so it takes you through this engineering pattern too, which is now a trademark of Sleep Token, that they're going to take you on these journeys and really give your earballs a swing at it. You know what I mean? Messing around with the stereo imaging and stuff. So yeah, that's my thought. But I'm not going to go do the other track. I'm going to let this one marinate for a while. I already jumped on this. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're still here, type in "I'm still here." And I got a busy week with Twitch. Actually, I noticed on my Twitch list somebody had dropped a Sleep Token track, so maybe that's the other one. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. If you're ever interested in that link is down below. I do just Happy Aloha Friday streams where I'll spend like 6 hours and spin the wheel. If you're lucky, you get a song and blah, 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 blah. Outside of that, you guys take care. Remember, always count the wins. They stack up. All right, guys, take care. See ya.